is a picture, and I do mean picture-perfect night for high school baseball here in the RVA. Temperatures very comfortable in the 70s, a slight breeze blowing, not much. Won't really affect the game whatsoever, but it's just enough to keep the fans cool and comfortable, and we are ready for the state championship rematch in Group 4A, a game that saw Hanover cruise early. Liberty Christian have an epic comeback late. Hanover answered that comeback and hold on to win the 4A state title last June, 13-12. Liberty Christian Academy in this afternoon at 8-1. The Hanover Hawks coming in at 7-2. Hawks are 1-1 this spring break week. They beat Kellam on Monday 5-3, and then yesterday they lost to Hickory, who is the top team in the Tidewater region, a team that came up on Monday and beat Mills Godwin. They get the win over Hanover yesterday. Hanover on the road, 9-2 the final. So the Hawks come in at 7-2. They are fourth in our current RVA Sports Network top 10 high school baseball poll. The new poll will come out on Easter Sunday, and there will undoubtedly be some major changes. As, of course, number 1 Mills Godwin went 0-3 this week in spring break action. Number 2 Benedictine lost in the semifinals at the Deep Run Spring Classic to rival St. Christopher's. Of course, depending upon what happens here tonight, Hanover will either have a 2-1 spring break or a 1-2 spring break. Prince George with a couple of wins near the coast yesterday over Hampton and Denby, and they stay unbeaten at 9-0. And so the new poll that will come out Sunday afternoon will be very interesting to see what the shakeup is. And let's not forget number 6 Lee Davis, who won that Deep Run Spring Break Tournament title with the 5-2 victory. Impressive 5-2 win last night over St. Christopher's, the team that knocked off number 2 Benedictine. And speaking of those two teams, mark May 6th on your calendar. That is the annual rivalry game between Benedictine and St. Chris at RFMP Park in Glen Allen. And that is, of course, always a big night as they raise funds for the Buddy Ball Project. They'll have a little bit extra on the line when they hit the field that night, thanks to that 7-run 6th inning, 7 runs on 3 hits for St. Chris. That turned a 5-3 deficit into a 10-5 lead, and then the Cadets took advantage of some miscues in the bottom of the 7th, cut it down to 2, and that's as close as they came. 10-8 final score. St. Chris was your winner. So here tonight, rematch again of the 2016 4A State Championship, won by Hanover in dramatic fashion. Hawks completely in control until the 6th inning for the ages, where Liberty Christian eliminated a large Hanover lead and took the lead amazingly. Hanover answered right back, took a 13-9 lead into the 7th. Liberty Christian scored 3 and had the bases loaded. Strikeout to hold on. And they win the 2016 championship, their 3rd state title in 4 years, in that 13-12 thriller. So you know the Bulldogs, those who are returnees from last year, they remember it well. They'd love to get a win on Hanover's turf here on this beautiful Thursday evening. Here live on the RVA Sports Network, Game of the Week. We'll go over the lineups and get things started in just a moment. Final on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll set the stage and have first pitch. Number 4 Hanover and Liberty Christian coming up next here live and exclusively on the RVA Sports Network.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Hi, this is Marnie Triscari, branch manager at EVB in Ashland. Please stop by and ask me about our Casasa accounts or visit us at bankevb.com. Member FDIC.
Don't miss the $1 million markdown event now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Sheehy is giving away $1 million in discounts. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with thousands of new Fords available, plus thousands of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Start your search anytime online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Don't miss the $1 million markdown event going on right now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1, just south of Ashland, and online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Your home should be a unique reflection of your lifestyle. RCI Builder's customer-oriented building process offers a wide variety of options for customization while remaining affordable. First-time homeowners starting out, retirees interested in age-restricted communities, and even those interested in a one-of-a-kind custom home all trust RCI Builders to make their dream home a reality. Contact RCI to learn how you can save up to $30,000 on move-in ready homes in our most sought-after communities. Call 249-2818.
Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcasts live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at rvasportsnetwork.com.
And as we come back live here at Hanover High School, Rob Witham along with you on this picture-perfect Thursday night for the game of the week. Hanover has just taken the field, and it'll be Antonio Balducci, the lefty, getting the start tonight for the Hawks, the kind of pseudo sidewinder. And let me set up the defense for you for 7-2, number 4 ranked Hanover tonight. Nolan Kaler will be at first base. Nick Zona is at second. Camden Grimes is in shortstop. At third base. Jack Dragum is at short. Michael Worley in his customary position behind the plate. Josh Plummer, the Tennessee commit, is in right field this evening. Will Lopez is in center. Jack Chenault, good to have him back in action, in left. And your designated hitter tonight for the Hawks of Hanover will be Parker Chenault. And again, the battery, Balducci and Michael Worley. It'll be Cook, Clark, and Howard. 1, 2, 3, top of the order to get things going tonight for Liberty Christian, who come in again with a record of 8-1. Their head coach, Randy Tomlin. Pittsburgh Pirate fans will remember that name. Tomlin, a left-hander, came into the Pirates organization and made the big team back in the early 90s during that 3-year run where they won 3 consecutive National League East titles. In 90, they lost to the Reds in the National League Championship Series. And, of course, in 91 and 92, they lost back-to-back series to the Atlanta Braves. Man at Liberty Christian Academy, who was, of course, part of the VISAA for many years, petitioned and went to court, actually, to become a part of the Virginia High School League, and it finally was settled, and they were allowed in, and last year was their first full year of competition. So it's year 2 for them, which means they have to fall under the new VHSL pitching guidelines, as does Hanover. No more innings counted. It's number of pitches counted. All right, fans, let's get this started. Top of the hour, Thursday night of spring break. If you're out of town and listening to us because you can't be here at Hanover, we're glad we can bring Hanover to you. It's the game of the week, and Noah Cook, the shortstop, is set and ready. And the first pitch comes. All 1. Crowd filing in. A 6 p.m. start makes it a little difficult for some 5 o'clockers getting out of work, still working this spring break week, to get home, grab a change of clothes so they can come and be comfortable this evening. Next pitch is outside, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Noah Cook, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. Up just a little bit. It's blowing from left field to right field. Balducci ready, kicks and fires, misses outside again, and it's a 3-0 count for Noah Cook, the leadoff hitter for LCA. Again, coming in with a record of 8-1 on the year. Hanover started spring break 6-1. They are now 7-2. The 3-0 at corner for strike 1. And the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Last night of what's been some very interesting and fun spring break baseball action here in the Central region. We'll talk a little bit about it as the evening unfolds. 3-1. Held to swing, but it's right down the pike. And we go full at 3-2. Ducci gets behind the count 3-0, nips the corner for the first one. The check swing. And here comes the full count pitch. Line towards center field and into center field for the base hit. Noah Cook on board with the first hit of the night for either team. Leadoff hitter at first, nobody out, and that'll bring up Clark. Wesley Clark, catcher for Liberty Christian. Right-handed hitter. And we'll see how much of a stolen base threat Cook is, the shortstop from the leadoff position. He'll take a healthy lead off of first against the lefty Balducci. Always have to be careful when the lefty is looking at you. Looks to first, looks again, goes to the plate, low for ball one. Worley with a nice block to prevent the ball from going back to the backstop and allowing Cook to advance 90 feet. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Antonio gets the sign, takes a while looking at first, and delivers. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes. And for the second consecutive batter, Antonio having problems getting behind in the count. Cam Grimes, the third baseman, comes over with a word of encouragement for him. And he'll get set to work at the 2-0 count with, again, Cook, the leadoff hitter, at first after the single to center on the 3-2 pitch to start things off tonight. He'll go back to first, and Cook is back safely. First slide. 2 balls, no strikes. Just underway here at Hanover on the game of the week. You can listen live at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. We've got links to the broadcast on Facebook at facebook.com/Hanover Sports. As Balducci goes back to first and he slides in again safely, head first does Cook. /RVA Sports Network. There's a link there. And of course, we tweet links to our broadcasts across our Twitter network. You can get them right now at Hanover Sports on Twitter and at the RVA Sports Net. Just look at the top of either timeline, click on the YouTube link, and you're with us. Here comes the 2-0. Way outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes, and it's a shaky start for Antonio Balducci here in the top of the first inning for number 4 Hanover. And we mentioned how number 1 Mills Godwin has lost 3 times this week. Hanover Mills Godwin, they still have to complete that game that got drenched in the 5th inning a couple of weeks ago. They were tied 1-1. They'll pick it up at that point whenever it's rescheduled. The 3-0 pitch, swing and a chopper toward third, foul. And the count will be 3-1 on Clark. Cook will retreat back to first base. A few clouds, just few. Occasionally the sun goes behind one. Right back out. Temperatures low 70s. It is gorgeous here tonight. Balducci looking long and hard at first, now fires. Swing and a chopper toward short. Dragum has it. Can he get to second in time? No, he cannot. Cook is safe, and it's an infield single for Wesley Clark, and there's runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Nice job by Dragum to get to the ball. It was just so deep at short, and Cook had such a nice lead that by the time Jack could plant his feet, turn, and throw to second, there was no way he was going to get Noah Cook. That'll bring up Pierce Howard, the third hitter in the Bulldog lineup, and also the center fielder with 2 on and nobody out. Dogs have something cooking here, top of the first inning. Balducci going to throw back to second, and Cook is back safely. Pierce Howard, center fielder, left-handed hitter, so lefty facing lefty this time around. Nobody out, and runners at first and second. Clark at first, Cook at second. The first pitch, chopper down the first base line and foul. So the count will be 0-1, and the 2 runners will retreat back to first and second, respectively. Fans, we will be adding more game of the week schedules, games to our schedule, I should say. Our next one's scheduled to be May 2nd when Cosby goes to James River at 6 p.m. here on our YouTube channel. But we'll be adding more as the regular season hits the home stretch. 0-1 pitch, chopper foul back to the screen, and Howard's behind to the count 0-2. First time tonight, Balducci's had a nice advantage. As we add those broadcasts, they will be listed on the right-hand side of all of our websites, all 4 of them, including RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net, and all of our games on our YouTube channel. Howard is ready. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball in there on the inside corner for strike 3. And I don't think Howard thinks it was strike 3. It came in a little high. Walks back to the bench with 1 away. It'll bring up the first baseman and the cleanup hitter for Liberty Christian. That's Jacob Williams. So Jacob Williams, the right-handed hitter, runners at first and second and 1 out now. First pitch, misses low inside for ball 1. Double play and you're out of the inning. And that's exactly what the Hawks were hoping for. Best case scenario for Balducci to get his first K of the evening. Let's take advantage and keep that 0 on the scoreboard on the visitor's side. The 1-0. Right down the alley. Beautiful pitch. That one, and the count is even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Jacob Williams. Balducci looks back at second briefly. Nobody heading over there. He'll cock and kick around that way and come off the rubber. Cook will retreat. And Antonio will get ready a second time here with the count at 1-1 with 1 away. The pitch. Right back to Balducci. He'll kick it to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. And that's exactly what they were looking for. It'll be a 1-4. Check that, a 1-5. No, check that, a 1-6-3. To wrap up the top of the first inning. And Balducci, he thought a second, and I mean just a second, about going to third. And then he whipped and fired to second, and my thought was that extra second a bit too much? But he was able to get it over there to second base, and then a great relay throw over to first in plenty of time. And the Bulldog threat has been erased. We're in the middle of the first inning now. Hanover will come to bat. It's 0-0 here on the game of the week. Balducci overcomes kind of a difficult start. And is able to get the strikeout and then the double play. And officially the Bulldogs will leave 1 on base. Top 10 baseball final just in this afternoon. Trinity Episcopal defeats Christ Church 15-5, and they're now 11-2 on the season. Be interesting to see with their recent winning streak if the Titans may move up in our new top 10 poll, which of course comes in on Monday. It's Grant Johnson on the mound tonight, the senior 6'2", 205-pound right-hander for Liberty Christian. And we'll see Cam Grimes as the leadoff hitter tonight. Your lineup offensively, Grimes bats first at third base. Kaler bats second at first. First pitch to Grimes hits the outside corner for strike 1. In third, Dragum, the cleanup hitter, the shortstop. Right fielder Plummer bats fifth. The next pitch is low and outside, and we're even at 1-1 to Grimes. Parker Chenault, the DH, will bat sixth. Lopez in center batting seventh. Zona at second bats 8th. And Jack Chenault, the left fielder, at the bottom of the list. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike on Cam Grimes. Next pitch misses low, and it's 3-1, and Grant Johnson does not waste time between pitches. He gets the ball back, and he is right back on the rubber ready to work. Here comes the 3-1. Misses low for ball 4, and the leadoff hitter gets aboard in both halves of the first inning. Grimes via the walk. And that brings up Nolan Kaler. So nobody on. Leadoff runner aboard on the walk. And Johnson's ready to work. First pitch. Shows bunt. Throw back to first, and back in time easily is Grimes. And the count will be 1 ball and no strikes as Kaler pushed and then pulled back on that bunt with the ball high and outside. 1-0 the count on Kaler. Johnson looks back at first. Kaler shows bunt again, puts down a nice one. Johnson thought about going to second, throws to first instead, and he gets Kaler, but the sacrifice is complete, and Grimes moves to second. So 1 out, runner on. Here in the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up the catcher, Michael Worley. Looking at a run, sitting at second. First pitch outside for ball 1. Jack Dragum on deck. Johnson ready and works the 1-0. That hits the corner nicely. We're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Grant Johnson, soon as he gets that ball, he is right back toeing the rubber and is looking for his side. Now the 1-1. Chopper towards short. He'll handle it on 2 hops, throw to first for the second out of the inning. This is that it makes sure that right near the play, Grimes has to quickly retreat to second base. So now Dragum needs a hit or a walk or a hit by pitch, something to keep the inning alive and try to get the runner in from second. 2 down in the bottom of the first. First pitch, low for ball 1. 0-0. Liberty Christian Strands 1 in the top of the first. And the 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. They had first and second with nobody out, and Balducci gets a strikeout, and then the 1-6-3 double play to end it. Bulldogs have decided to walk Dragum, and with the new rule, all you have to do is make the indication, and you don't have to throw the pitches. And they're going to gamble on facing Josh Plummer instead of Dragum here with 2 out in the first. Yes, strike 1 to Josh, the right fielder tonight. Playing the odds that they can get a force out, plus take the bat out of Dragum's hand. Plummer's dangerous too, the 0-1. Check swing, low in the dirt, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh did not go around. So it's Grimes at second, Dragum at first, 2 out, the 1-1. Misses low. Oh, boy. Some Bulldog fans, I'm sure, thought, hey, strike of the knees right there for 1-2. Instead, it's 2 and 1 on Plummer. Johnson's ready. Fires. Slap foul back to the screen on the Hanover side of the field, and we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and 2 on for Hanover in a scoreless game. 4A state championship rematch. Bulldogs and Hawks. Johnson is ready. Looks back at second and fires. Got him! Inside corner, strike 3. Plummer caught looking for Hanover in the bottom of the first. After 1 tonight here on the Game of the Week on the RVA Sports Network, our score, Liberty Christian 0 and number 4 Hanover 0. We're back in 60 seconds live on the Game of the Week on the RVA Sports Network.
Don't miss the $1 million markdown event now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Sheehy is giving away $1 million in discounts. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with thousands of new Fords available, plus thousands of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Start your search anytime online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Don't miss the $1 million markdown event going on right now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1 just south of Ashland, and online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcast live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at rvasportsnetwork.com.
And we just sent out a link on Twitter along with the score to keep fans updated on Twitter who haven't joined us yet for our live Game of the Week broadcast, and remind them that they can just hit the link there on the tweet to our YouTube channel and enjoy tonight's action. And if you're listening, let your friends know, especially any friends that are out of town for spring break. I want to welcome any fans listening down in the Roanoke Valley and Lynchburg area this evening, cheering on your Liberty Christian Academy Bulldogs at 8-1 on the season. And they'll lead things off here in the second inning with the number 5 hitter in the order. It's the third baseman, Hunter Johnson. Balducci's ready. First pitch, swing and a miss, and it's strike 1 on Johnson. So Hunter Johnson bats 5th in the order. He's the third baseman. Grant Johnson not in the offensive lineup tonight, your starting pitcher. Next pitch, give me the outside corner, strike 2, Balducci. Quickly ahead 0-2 with the leadoff hitter in the second. A far cry from what he did with the leadoff hitter to start the night back in the first. He's ready. Antonio kicks and fires. Chopper towards second base. Got to run up and get to it. The throw to first will retire Johnson for the first out of the inning. Nice job by Nick Zona. 1 out, nobody on. And that will bring up Tomlin. First pitch to him is a called strike. Based on what lineup we had, looks like they're missing somebody in the order, that they got the number 7 hitter up right now instead of the number 6. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. Wonder if there was a last-minute lineup change after we went down and got the lineups. Next pitch, inside corner for strike 2. And Balducci ahead of the count, 1-2. No score, top 2. Here on the Game of the Week, Antonio kicks and fires. 1 to the outside corner, misses it, and we're even at 2-2. Tonight's second baseman for the Bulldogs. Worley gets the sign from the dugout, hands it to Antonio, and here's the pitch. Check swing, foul, out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2. As the Hanover Hawks softball team doing a little practicing this evening, just arriving here a few minutes ago. In action next week. 2-2. Misses high. We're full at 3-2 to Tomlin. Full count. And the pitch. Ripped into center field. Couple of steps back. And making the grab for the second out of the inning is the center fielder, Will Lopez. 2 away. And I was correct. That was Kyle Horton at bat. Downstairs announced the wrong player. Now it's Tomlin coming to the plate with 2 down. 2 out, nobody on, and the first pitch is a beautiful curve in there for strike 1. And this is Quay Tomlin, the second baseman. So my apologies for that mix-up, fans. Hitter in the order. And a left-handed hitter, 0-1. Misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty against lefty here, top of the second. 2 quick outs for the Bulldogs, and Balducci seems to have settled down after a bit of a shaky start in the first. A strikeout and a good double play bails him out. Next pitch popped him up. It's in shallow center field. And the center fielder Lopez will grab it for the third out of the inning. So ground out, fly out, 3 up, 3 down. Hawks to bat. And our score is still 0-0. It's been a very interesting week of baseball. Want to thank everyone over at Deep Run High School, head coach Josh Aldridge especially, but everybody who's out there. We're so happy that activities director Clyde Metzger is on the mend and feeling better after some recent surgery, and we hope to have him back for a while before he is going to call it a career and get into the retirement business. We're losing some good ADs this June. Mr. Metzger over at Deep Run, my former teacher and longtime associate Tom Jeremiah at Henrico, calling it a career. And I don't blame them. It's an opportunity for them to kick back and enjoy the family and the grandkids, but we're going to miss them dearly as we come out to their schools and interact and work with them to set up broadcasts and the like. But a big thank you to everybody at Deep Run. They put on a very good spring break classic this week, Monday through Wednesday. The concession stand, everything was $1. I told him as I left last night, in a perfect world, every concession stand would have everything for $1. It's easy on them, and it's easy on the wallet. Leadoff hitters Parker Chenault here in the bottom of the second for Hanover. No score. Next pitch, got him. 3 pitches for Johnson, 3 strikes, and Parker is retired. The center fielder, Will Lopez, who was busy defensively here in the last few moments. And the Hawks trying to get the first run of the night. First pitch, right down the middle for strike 1. Johnson has definitely settled down and continues his very quick pace. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. You're barely into the batter's box, and suddenly you're down, no balls and 2 strikes, and here comes the next pitch. Hits the corner for strike 3. Oh, man. Johnson not being paid by the hour as he is just rocking and rolling right now. 2 out. Nobody on for Nick Zona, the second baseman. First pitch. Inside corner for strike 1. We have a 9-pitch, 3-strikeout inning. Next pitch, Tapper, foul behind the plate, and it's 0-2. And Johnson has thrown 8 pitches. He can get the K here. It'll be one of the more proficient innings you can have without putting a ball in play. In fact, the most. The 0-2. Chopper towards second. Handled nicely. The throw to first. Retires Zona. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs in the second. And we'll go to the third inning. Our score, number 4, Hanover 0, Liberty Christian 0. It's the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network, and we're back with more coming up in just a moment live on RVA Sports Network, if our equipment good to do. Well, it does occasionally, and occasionally it does what it wants to do. Timeout. Okay, I think we're good now. Back in just a minute on the RVA Sports Network.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Hi, this is Marnie Criscari, branch manager at EVB in Ashland. Please stop by and ask me about our Casasa accounts or visit us at bankevb.com. Member FDIC.
Don't miss the $1 million markdown event now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Sheehy is giving away $1 million in discounts. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with thousands of new Fords available, plus thousands of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Start your search anytime online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Don't miss the $1 million markdown event going on right now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1, just south of Ashland, and online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Stepping to the plate is Connor Austin, and we get set for the top of the third now. Third inning of work for starter Antonio Balducci. It's 0-0, and the first pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. Both pitchers a little shaky in the first, dominant in the second. And this game has settled down very quickly. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. On Connor Austin, the right fielder. Noah Robbins, the designated hitter, on deck, and then it'll be the top of the order with Cook. Here in this top of inning number 3. 0-2. Outside. Couldn't get him to chase, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd continuing to file in. School. Sun currently behind a cloud, beginning to peek back out in the outfield. 1-2 pitch slammed down the left field line, but foul. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the third, Liberty Christian 0, number 4 Hanover 0. The rematch of that 13-12 Classic last year in the 4A state championship. The 1-2. This is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If memory serves me correctly, it took 1 hour and 18 minutes to play the 6th inning of that state championship last year. Wind begins to pick up now, left to right. Here's the 2-2 outside, and nice job by Austin to work the count full. Was once down 0-2, and now it's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the wind about as strong as it's been all afternoon right now, blowing again from left field to right. Antonio's ready, and here's the full count pitch. Swing and a tap foul just behind the screen. And we'll try it again at 3-2. 8-9-1 hitters in this third for the Bulldogs. Balducci ready, delivers. Misses high for ball 4. And so a great at-bat by Austin. Got quickly down 0-2 and is able to get the walk. That'll bring up the DH tonight. That's Noah Robbins for the Bulldogs, with a runner on and nobody out. Balducci throws, bunt on, down the third base line. Grimes with it, throw to first, high, got him off the bag, and he's safe. Kaler tried to tag him. The umpire and says, no, your swipe tag did not hit him. The runner is safe. It'll be an error on the throw by Grimes. First and second, nobody out. And the top of the order, who launched a single right back up the middle to lead off the Bulldogs' first inning. Something like that now would give them at least 1 run, first and second. And the first pitch, show and bunt again. Balducci will grab it, go to first. Got him. It was close. Cook speedy down the base paths, but just in time for out number 1. But the sacrifice bunt works. And runners are now at second and third. 1 out, 2 in scoring position for Wesley Clark, the catcher. Bulldogs with their best chance to score so far tonight. This is our first runner at third all night long. Try to throw back to second and retreating safely. is Robbins. Austin at third, Robbins at second. Cook sacrifices them over. And Clark now in the batter's box trying to bring them home. 0-0, top of the third with one out. First pitch to Clark. This is low for ball one. Third inning, no score in time is called as one of the assistant Hanover coaches says, let's walk Clark. So the intentional walk to Clark loads the bases. And with one out, Pierce Howard, the center fielder, is at the plate. And we have a courtesy runner for the catcher. And that is Chris Gordon. So Gordon is at first. Bases loaded, one out. First pitch. Lapped into right center field. Running for it is Plummer, and it goes off the heel of his glove. One run in. Here comes run number two. The throw to the plate, not in time. They're going to try to get him at second. Now we're in a rundown between first and second. The runner at third doesn't realize it. He should be trying to go home. They've got him. Now the throw home is not in time. So we'll put 3 on the board. And we go from bases loaded with one out to a 3-0 lead with 2 out. So Howard gets credited with the single. Austin will score. Robbins will score. Gordon will come in at the conclusion of the rundown at first and second. And there's now nobody on, 2 outs, but 3 in for Williams. First pitch, outside corner for strike one. And that was Hanover baseball watching Hanover baseball. How many times have we seen Hanover use that rundown tactic? Runner across at the plate or advance them 90 feet. Swing and a miss. And Jacob Williams is down 0-2, but the Hanover Hawks are down 3-0 here inning. Balducci is ready. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. And Williams is retired, but the damage is done. And 2.5 are in the books. Our score is Liberty Christian 3, number 4, Hanover 0. Liberty Christian takes the early lead tonight. Middle of the third inning. And now the Hawks going to have to kind of figure out Johnson on the hill. Start chipping into this deficit. Single, then the ball was just off of Plummer's glove. Diving effort, definitely not an error. It was certainly a hit. The runners had to wait to make sure he didn't make the catch, so they couldn't fully commit with one out. Then they got their motors running. Lead runner scores easily from third, getting the player from second to home, got the throw, which did not go home. They ended up trying for the rundown between first and second, which they got. The runner, Gordon, got to third, picked himself up, didn't realize what was going on. The coach told him, hey, man, get going. To get in time. First play at the bottom of the third, Jack Chenault rips one off the pitcher's glove towards second. His throw is not in time, and he'll be credited with an infield single, and we'll hit the top of the order with Cam Grimes. So runner at first, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the third inning, and the Hawks down by 3. First pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. Kaler is on deck. 9-1-2 here in this bottom of the third. Johnson delivers, and it hit him. It hit him. Cam Grimes will take first, hit by the pitch, and suddenly the tying run. So the Hawks quickly with a chance to get something going. And before Nolan Kaler can step to the batter's box, head coach Randy Tomlin wants to come out and have a discussion with Johnson and his infielders, and he has sent Gordon out to the bullpen to warm up. And so we have warm-up activity going on now for Liberty Christian. We already have warm-up activity for Hanover down the third baseline. Hawks come over, get a conference as well. And now the umpire says, okay, meetings are over, and we need to get back to action. 3-0 Liberty Christian, nobody out, and runners at first and second on an infield hit and a hit by pitch. Again, Grimes at first, not being held. Kaler showed bunt, pitch low for ball one. Now the 1-0 pitch shows bunt again. That ball hits the outside corner, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, all 3 runs in the third on 1 play for Liberty Christian for the 3-0 lead. Kaler shows bunt again, gets it down third base line. Takes a while for the pitcher to get it. Kaler slides in head first, and he's safe. That took way too long for Johnson to develop it, and Kaler is in, and the bases are loaded. Michael Worley, the catcher, with a huge opportunity here in the bottom of the third inning, down 3-0. First pitch, outside for ball one. Drag him on deck. Nobody out, bases loaded. Next pitch, low. 2-0 the count. There's nowhere to put Worley, so a walk will put the Hawks on the scoreboard and cut into the deficit. Time and steps out of the box, ahead in the count 2-0. Trying to slow Johnson down just a little bit, which, as we have documented already tonight, that's not in his interest. 2-0 pitch. Down the right field line, going to drop and in for a base hit. 1 run will come in, and that'll be all. And it is 3-1. Liberty Christian, the lead just 2. And Chenault is in on the RBI single by Worley. Brian Sisson is going to run for Worley. And that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter and the shortstop, Jack Dragum. 3-1 our score now in the bottom of the third inning. Dragum is in. Johnson is ready. The pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. 0-1. Dragum was intentionally walked in his first at-bat tonight. That pitch right down the pike, too, and quickly Jack is down 0-2. Looks down at his dad, the head coach, and the third base coach for the moment, Charlie Dragum. Slaps his hand once and says, all right, let's go. Here comes that 0-2 pitch. Delivered. Check swing, just fouled. Got just a piece of it and will stay alive at 0-2. Nobody out. 1 run in. And the base is full of Hawks, down 3-1 here in the third, and time is called. 0-2 again, high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to drag him. Josh Plummer on deck. Should the inning continue, and it should, unless we have a triple play in the offing. The 1-2. Tap toward the shortstop. It's a one-hopper. He handles it, tries to go home with the force, and got him. Nice play. Grimes is retired at home. The bases will remain loaded, and it'll be a fielder's choice to the shortstop out at home. One out, bases still loaded. 3-1 the score, and Josh Plummer takes strike 1. Now a double play will end the inning. Huge opportunity here for Plummer. He can find it in the gap. Hanover could take the lead by clearing the bases. The pitch. Chopper toward third, high 1-2. They'll go to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time. Plummer slips. 1 run is in, and here comes a second after the throwing error, and we're tied 3-3. Brian Sisson comes home, as does Nolan Kaler. The force out was at second base, and Plummer is safe at first. 2 out, 1 on. And here's Parker Chenault trying to keep the inning going. The first pitch is high for ball 1. Bulldogs 3 in the top of the third. Hawks strike for 3 so far in the bottom of the frame. The 1-0 pitch. Plummer's going. The throw will get him. Throw was off center, but it got there so quickly, the second baseman was able to tag Josh head first slide before his hand got to the bag. And we're through 3 tonight here on the game of the week, and a pretty crazy third inning. But by the standards of these two teams, that's just business as usual. Our score, it is 3-3. Liberty Christian and number 4 Hanover. Back in a moment, live on the RVA Sports Network.
Your home should be a unique reflection of your lifestyle. RCI Builder's customer-oriented building process offers a wide variety of options for customization while remaining affordable. First-time homeowners starting out, retirees interested in age-restricted communities, and even those interested in a one-of-a-kind custom home all trust RCI Builders to make their dream home a reality. Contact RCI to learn how you can save up to $30,000 on move-in ready homes in our most sought-after communities. Call 249-2818.
Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sports Net. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcast live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at RVASportsNetwork.com.
Back live here on RVASN. Rob Witham along with you on this gorgeous Thursday night, and we're glad you're with us. 3 runs in the third for both the Bulldogs and the Hawks. We go to the 4th, tied at 3, and Balducci will continue working. They do have warm-up action going after the shaky 3rd inning where the Bulldogs struck for their 3 runs. First pitched is tap foul back to the screen by Hunter Johnson for strike 1. 5, 6, 7 hitters are due in this 4th inning for Liberty Christian Academy. Johnson, Horton, and Tomlin. And now the 0-1. Misses outside a bit low, and the count's even at 1-1. Both teams threatened in the first, didn't score. Both teams down in order in the second, and now both teams get 3. The 1-1 from Balducci. Right up the middle. Sliding catch. Yes! Will Lopez with a great job defensively. Really thought that was easily going to drop in for a base hit, but Will puts that glove out there and is able to grab it as he dives forward. And there's one out here in the top of the fourth inning. So that brings up Kyle Horton, the left fielder, with one out and nobody on here in the fourth, in the 3-3 tie. Balducci kicks and fires. Misses low and inside for ball one. For Hanover County Schools here this spring break baseball week, with Lee Davis winning 3 and capturing the Deep Run Spring Break Classic last night with that 5-2 win over St. Christopher's. 1-0 pitch coming. Misses low, and it's 2-0. We talked earlier at the outset of the broadcast, Hanover 1-1 this week, winning at Kellam and losing at Hickory yesterday. And the Atlee Raiders with 2 nice road wins, including a 10-inning 1-0 win at Gloucester yesterday. 2-0 pitch. Slam deep towards left field. Does it cook foul? It will. Foul and out of play, and it's just a very long strike. Tomlin is on deck. Nobody on, 1 out. The count at 2-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. If my memory serves me correctly, Patrick Henry, the lone team in Hanover County not to play over the break. This one sent hooking foul down the right field line. 1 hop over the short fence, and we're even at 2-2. But everybody will get back to action when school restarts come Monday, and it'll be a 5-week sprint to the finish for most teams, a 4-week sprint for some, depending upon your sport. Next pitch, 2-hopper to short. Dragum has it. The throw to first in time to retire Horton, and there are 2 down in the inning. 2 out, nobody on for Tomlin. I have a sneaking suspicion that Quaid is probably the head coach's son. And again, if you weren't with us at the outset of the broadcast, Liberty Christian coached by Randy Tomlin, who was a part of those early 90s Pittsburgh Pirate teams that won 3 consecutive National League East championships back in the days when you only took 2 into the championship series. There were no division series, wild cards, or anything like that. First pitch low and outside, ball 1. And when that format was adopted back in 1969, baseball fans, the purists, as it were, went nuts, because it used to be if you won your regular season, you went to the World Series. 1-0 pitch, slammed towards second, 1 hop into right field, handled nicely by Zona, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the fourth inning. Bulldogs to the field, Hawks to bat. Bottom 4 next in a 3-3 tie. So in 1969, when they split the National League and the American League into 2 divisions each and created the championship series, which originally was a best-of-5, it was like a seismic earthquake had come through the world of Major League Baseball. And now changes happen to the game, and they hardly get a blink. With now the intentional walk gone. I mean, you can do it, but it's just a manager's signal. And was watching a broadcast here. I think it was either last night or the night before, and one of the announcers had a great point. He's like, how do fans in the stadium even know that an intentional walk has happened? The umpire doesn't do anything special. The manager does something to the dugout, and then all of a sudden the batter goes to first. There needs to be something done, some sort of a signal. One thing the NFL does very well, and the NHL is doing a much better job of, is having their officials explain some of the things that are happening on the field. Of course, football lends itself to more of that than anything else. So bottom of the fourth we go here in this 3-3 tie. Johnson ready to work, and the first pitch, slam toward right center field. Right fielder going back over and running, makes the catch. And Parker Chenault is retired for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. 1 out, nobody on. Defense, Lopez, who had a nice play at center field earlier this inning, now at bat. First pitch, check swing, but it goes over the outside corner for strike 1. Johnson ready, kicks and fires. Strike 2. Man, he'd fit in well at a James River Cosby game. Their pitchers never waste any time. 0-2 pitch. Almost hits Lopez. He ducks and lets it go back to the screen, and the count is 1-2. That's our next scheduled broadcast, Tuesday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. back at James River for Cosby James River. It's become an annual tradition here on the network as another pitch comes out early out of Johnson's hand, and Lopez ducks again. And the count's 2-2. Johnson ready and fires. Swing and a miss, and Lopez goes down. And there are two out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Nick Zona. So 2 out, nobody on, tied 3-3. As the sun is about 20 minutes away from beginning to make its exit tonight. And a quick timeout from head coach Charlie Dragum before he begins the at-bat. And I think part of the reason is to slow Johnson down. When a pitcher doesn't take much time between their pitches, rhythm is everything, and you want to do everything you can to break it. Conversation done, and now Zona walks toward the batter's box. In the 3-3 tie, bottom 4, 2 out, nobody on. He steps in, the umpire says, let's go, and Johnson delivers. Inside, ball 1, and Zona ducks away from it. The pitch, high, 2-0. Zona wasn't even set and ready, and Grant was in his windup. Zona steps out of the box now. Now he'll step back in. Johnson toes the rubber. And here comes the 2-0 delivery. Low. 3-0. We haven't seen that much at all from Johnson tonight. Balducci had won the leadoff hitter back in the first. May have had it another time as well. 3-0 pitch, inside corner for strike 1. Bulldogs 3, Hawks 3, bottom 4. 3-1, ripped down the third base line, but foul. And toward the softball players who have completed their time and are out toward the fence heading toward their vehicles to end their evening. Softball will get back in action on Monday, as will soccer and lacrosse across the area. The pitch, slam toward third, and a beautiful stab for the third out of the inning. Oh my, the diving catch from Hunter Johnson. That retires the side. We're through 4 tonight on the game of the week. Our score still Liberty Christian 3 and Hanover 3. Back live in just a moment on the RVA Sports Network.
Your home should be a unique reflection of your lifestyle. RCI Builder's customer-oriented building process offers a wide variety of options for customization while remaining affordable. First-time homeowners starting out, retirees interested in age-restricted communities, and even those interested in a one-of-a-kind custom home all trust RCI Builders to make their dream home a reality. Contact RCI to learn how you can save up to $30,000 on move-in ready homes in our most sought-after communities. Call 249-2818.
Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcast live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at RVASportsNetwork.com.
Let's get started. Top 5 here on the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network. Balducci back in for his 5th inning of work. And leading things off will be the gentleman who led off the 3rd inning rally. That's the 8-hitter Connor Austin. First pitch to Connor. Check swing. Outside corner for strike 1. Austin, Robbins, Cook, the 8-9-1 hitters, due up. And again, they are the ones who got things going back in the 3rd. Next pitch bounces away from the catcher, Worley. And we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one, top of the 5th. 3-3 tie, Bulldogs and Hawks. The pitch. At the letters for strike 2. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Balducci is ready. The pitch. Low and outside, and we're even at 2-2. A week from tomorrow night, these Hawks will be taking on number 6 Lee Davis, who were sky high as they left Deep Run High School last night, winning the Deep Run Spring Break Classic, getting wins over Monacan, Midlothian, and then knocking off St. Christopher's to win the title. 5-2. The 2-2. Foul out of play behind the first base dugout hosting the Bulldogs, and we're still at 2-2. Part of Lee Davis's performance this week was the fact that they used one reliever for 1 2/3 innings, and that was in the Monday opening win over Monacan. Complete game for Holler on Tuesday, complete game for Jake Stanley in the title game last night. The 2-2 pitch hit toward right center field. It's shallow enough to where Zona can back up and in shallow right center make the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 out and nobody on. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Noah Robbins. As the wind's making another appearance, it doesn't blow a whole lot. Most of the time when it blows, it's not that much. But when it does pick up, it moves from left field to right field. Robbins is in and ready, the right-hander. First pitch from Balducci. In at the feet, low for ball 1. Bulldogs 8-1, and the Hawks 7-2, 1-1 so far in this spring break week. 1-0 pitch, tap foul to the screen, and we're even at 1-1. Hawks were supposed to actually have 4 games this week, but a scheduled game on Monday against a team from Pennsylvania had to be canceled. So they ended up with 3, 2 on the road down at the coast, and tonight's game here. Next pitch lifted to center field. It's going to take Lopez back, and makes the one-handed catch just near the warning track. That ball carried a lot further than most people, including Lopez, thought, but he was able to make the catch with the one hand. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the top of the order and Cook. When we write that down in our notes, it'll be fly out to deep center field. As that ball just kept going and going, and Lopez kept pedaling back, and lucky for Will and the Hawks, he was able to put ball in glove for out number 2. 1-0 the count now on Noah Cook, the leadoff hitter. In the lineup for the Bulldogs, next pitch inside and low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Certainly last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff hitter, who is the 3rd hitter of the inning, and give the top of the order any hope or prayer to get something going in a 2-out rally in a 3-3 tie as we work the top of the 5th. Both starters still in, 4 now. 2-0 pitch. Misses inside. And for, I believe, the 3rd time tonight, Balducci is behind in the count 3-0. And for the 2nd time tonight, it's against Cook. That's how he started the night back in the 1st inning. And then it worked the count to 3-2, and then he ripped a single to center to open up the contest. 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4. And a 4-ball walk for the leadoff hitter Cook. And the Bulldogs have some life with 2 out here in the 5th. And we're going to have a mound conversation. It's assistant coach Tyler Kane coming out to talk, so I don't think we're going to have a pitching change here. Assistant coach Bobby White coming out to talk to a couple of the outfielders. He told the right fielder Plummer, so you don't have to come all the way over here because he's at the left field line. So he talks quickly to Lopez, the center fielder, and Chenault in left, and now he'll jog back to the dugout. Kane is there too. And with 2 out and Cook aboard, it'll bring up the catcher Wesley Clark, who had an infield single in the first inning and walked in the third. Cook with the healthy lead off of first with 2 out. And he'll go back to first, and sliding in safely head first is the runner. Cook will try to distract you, and he may try to steal second and test Worley's arm with 2 out. Balducci will deliver. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Clark took a huge swing that time and got nothing but the Hanover evening air. No balls, 1 strike the count with 2 out and Cook at first. Balducci steps off the rubber, and Cook will scurry back to first base. Wind picks up just a little bit. The 0-1. Fly ball right field. Plummer running, now under it. Makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 left on base. After the walk to Cook, he will be stranded. And we get set for the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters. Chenault, Grimes, and Kaler are due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning in the 3-3 tie here on the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network. Hey, don't forget about our brand new morning mini podcast every Monday through Friday morning at 6 a.m. It's AM RVA. And for those of you who have stopped me at games and you've told me, hey, I listened to the podcast, thank you for it very much. We thank you for listening. It's every morning, 6 a.m. AM RVA drops. It gives you all of the scores and information from the night before. It gives you a look ahead at the lineup for the day ahead. We also give you headlines from other sports besides high school. We keep you posted on the Flying Squirrels at this time of year and the Kickers and the Rough Riders and any other major sports news nationally that maybe you missed overnight or were headlines during the previous day. And we give you the latest weather forecast to get you going as well. We know that Sports Talk Radio in the morning normally never talks high school sports. We know TV doesn't talk sports at all. And you're too quick, you're too busy to sit down and read the morning paper. No problem. We've got you covered. Every morning, Monday through Friday, in 4 minutes or less, it's AM RVA, the morning mini podcast of the RVA Sports Network. You can listen to it live at rvasportsnetwork.com. We tweet out links every morning at 6 a.m. on all 4 of our Twitter feeds, including the RVA Sportsnet and Hanover Sports. And, of course, a link also on our Facebook pages. We've got 3 of those, facebook.com/Hanover Sports, facebook.com/Henrico Sports, and facebook.com/RVA Sports Network. AM RVA every weekday morning at 6 a.m. Chopper towards third base, and he misses it, and the shortstop can't get to it. Cook misses as well, and it's a seeing eye single for Jack Chenault to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Just took a quirky hop off the third baseman. Looked like he was going to make the play easily. Next thing you know, he's looking behind him. The shortstop was trying to play it. He couldn't get to it. And Chenault says, thank you. I'll take the lead off first. First pitch to the top of the order, and Cam Grimes is inside for ball 1. So obviously we'll have highlights of tonight's action and much more on AM RVA, the morning mini podcast of the RVA Sports Network. Make it a part of your morning. Listen as you're getting ready for work or school. Listen in your car. Listen on the bus or just before your first class. Every weekday from the RVA Sports Network. 1-0 pitch inside corner for strike 1 on Cam Grimes. He walked in the first, and he was hit by a pitch in the third. So Cam looking for his first swing of the night. 1-1 pitch, check swing, and a good job by Cam to do that. Ball's low, it's 2-1. As the Bulldogs got a runner on with 2 out, couldn't take advantage of it. The Hawks get a runner on to lead off the bottom of the 5th and look to take the lead. Swing and a tap foul back to the Hanover bench. And the count's now even at 2-2. Hanover's never led tonight. Liberty Christian scored their 3 in the top of the third. Hanover scored their 3 in the bottom of that frame. 3-3 the score, bottom 5. 2-2 pitch. Inside, and we go full to Cam at 3-2. Johnson, after the first pitch, is pretty much written off, really considering seriously Jack Chenault at first. Looks quickly once and delivers. Inside for ball 4. And the Hawks have something cooking here. 5th inning. Here's first baseman Nolan Kaler with 2 on and nobody out. Here in the bottom of inning 5. Kaler will take a moment and step out, and third baseman's going to talk to Johnson, the pitcher, real quick. I believe that's Hunter Johnson talking to Grant Johnson. Don't know if they're brothers or not. And now we're set. First and second, nobody out. First pitch, Kaler shows bunt, but it's fouled. And it looked like it went awkwardly off his bat, and Nolan is down at the plate. I don't know if maybe it spun and hit him or what. Nolan is down, tries to get up, and Coach Dragum says, don't do it unless you know you can. As he comes down from the third baseline, and looks like he's shoulder. Hopefully he didn't do anything to it, such as, you could just pull it the wrong way trying to bunt awkwardly, and you could pull something, you never know. Kaler's up, gets a round of applause from the homestanding crowd here at Hanover High School. And he's going to have to come out. Now looks like it's something with his face. He kind of slams the bat as he goes into the dugout. Now, if he's done that, question is, will they have to immediately replace him, or have they brought him to the dugout long enough maybe to work on what has happened to him? Fans, it was hard to see from our vantage point. We're up high inside the football press box. We stepped just outside to call the action so we can get a full vantage point of the entire field. And we had the umpire in front of us as Kaler tried to bunt. And so, again, at first it looked like they were looking at his left shoulder, but when he had the towel given to him as he's walking into the dugout, he applied it to the left side of his face. So the trainers will be working with him. Dragum's going to have to come in, and they're going to have to make a change, and it looks like Brian Sisson is going to come in. And if it's a straight-up change, Sisson would complete the at-bat and then would go in at first base for Kaler. And so time is called. The Bulldogs infield and battery will talk near the mound. Sisson will be taking some practice swings in the on-deck circle. And Kaler being attended to, now coming out of the dugout. And, excuse me, trainers are looking at him. Seems to be walking okay. But I think for precautionary measures, we have probably seen the last of Nolan tonight. In this situation, you just want him to be okay. And this all be strictly precautionary. And he'll be able to get back in action next week. Brian Sisson will come in, pick up the at-bat, and be the pinch hitter for the injured Nolan Kaler. And again, Kaler just came out of the dugout, walked a few steps behind here outside with one of the trainers, and then walked back into the dugout, and he looked okay. So Brian Sisson will take over in this at-bat with the count at 0-1 First and second, nobody out. Looks to bunt, pulls it back, in there for strike 2. And that'll probably eliminate the bunt option now. Chenault at second. and Grimes at first with nobody out. And what that unusual play that unfortunately shook Kaler up did was completely kill all the momentum that the Hawks were developing there with the infield CNI single and the walk. Here to lead off the fifth. Sisson digs in. Johnson is ready. And here comes the 0-2. Liner just foul down the third base line. About 18 inches the wrong way if you're a Hanover fan. And the count will stay at 0-2. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're like, yes. Glad it was on that side instead of the other side because that would have been extra bases. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He's out. Sisson thought maybe that they dropped the ball, the catcher did, but he did not. Umpire yells emphatically, he is out. So Sisson retired, pinch hitting for Kaler after the injury. And now that'll bring up catcher Michael Worley with one out and still 2 on. Check swing low on the first pitch for Johnson, and the count is 1-0. Three tie, bottom of the fifth. Go ahead runner at second. Pitch. At the knees for strike one. We're even to Worley at 1-1. Drag him in the on-deck circle. Bulldogs, best case scenario, a double play here to end the inning. The 1-1. Check swing, misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike is Jack Chenault, the runner at second. Cam Grimes at first. Chenault with a CNI single in the infield. And a walk to Cam. Next pitch, tap foul. And we're even at 2-2. Sisson struck out, replacing Kaler at mid-at-bat after Nolan was hurt trying to do a bunt. From the last time we saw him coming out of the dugout briefly for a moment with one of the trainers, he looked to be okay, and we're hoping that is the case. 2-2 to Worley. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he goes down. 2 strikeouts, huge strikeouts for Grant Johnson. 2 down for Jack Dragum. And here is a huge opportunity. Worley couldn't connect. Sisson on short notice couldn't connect. And it's up to Dragum to keep the inning alive and try to get the lead to Hanover. First pitch inside for ball 1. Kaler now walking off the field, and they're taking him toward the locker room. 1-0 pitch. At the knees for strike 1. Nolan is walking unassisted. Looks okay. Still got a towel toward its face. I don't know if maybe he got hit in the mouth. That's possible too. But he looks like he's going to be all right. 1-1 pitch, outside corner for strike 2. We just don't want any of you to be alarmed and think that Nolan is really hurt. But they're taking care of him really good, but he did have to come out of the game. 1-2 to drag him coming now. The pitch. Popped him up. First baseman, pitcher, both calling for it. First baseman will take it, make the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Hawks strand 2, and we go to the 6th. And that's where all the damage happened last year in the 4A state championship. Our score, number 4, Hanover 3, Liberty Christian 3. Here live and exclusively on the Game of the Week on the RVA Sports Network. 6 right after this.
Don't miss the $1 million markdown event now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Sheehy is giving away $1 million in discounts. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with thousands of new Fords available, plus thousands of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Start your search anytime online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Don't miss the $1 million markdown event going on right now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1, just south of Ashland, and online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcast live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at RVASportsNetwork.com.
apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Hi, this is Marnie Triscari, branch manager at EVB in Ashland. Please stop by and ask me about our Casasa accounts or visit us at bankevb.com. Member FDIC.
Well, we go to the sixth inning, and fans, you'll recall last year, this is when the fireworks got started in the 4A state championship. Hanover had a healthy lead. Liberty Christian mounted an epic comeback. Hawks answered, led 13-9 after the sixth inning that lasted nearly an hour and 20 minutes, and then the Bulldogs scored 3 but fell just short with the bases loaded, and Hanover won the state championship 13-12 in an instant classic. Now 3-3, top of the sixth, and the leadoff hitter, the center fielder Pierce Howard, and the count on him is now even at 1 strike as the second pitch went in the dirt. Inning number 6 of work for Antonio Balducci. 1 strike, 3-4-5 hitters for the Bulldogs. The pitch. Chopper towards short. Dragum has it. Off balance throw is right there in time. 1 out here in the 6th inning. And fans at first base is Jack Gillespie. He has become the defensive replacement for Kaler at first. Nobody on. And the first pitch to Jacob Williams, the cleanup hitter, is outside for ball 1. Temperatures into the 60s now. A gorgeous night here at Hanover High School. The 1-0. Chopper towards short. Dragum's got to hurry, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Almost a Baltimore chop there from Williams, and it's enough to get him aboard with a 1-out infield single. So 1 out and 1 on. That'll bring up the third baseman, Hunter Johnson. In this 3-3 throw back to first, and Williams is out. Or no, they sent him to second. They say it's a balk. At first, it looked like a routine throw to first. Then the crowd reaction, it was like, wait a minute. Did he actually tag him? Again, our vantage point high above the field. And then the next thing we knew, Williams was trotting towards second. Coach Dragum comes out, has a discussion with the umpire in the field, and then one to the home plate umpire for good measure before he goes back to the dugout. So there's no count, and Williams moves to second. Balducci looks back at second, and then they call another balk. Back-to-back balks on Balducci. Holy cow. Grimes, the third baseman, is going to quickly come over, and Worley, the catcher, is going to head to the mound as well and just kind of calm things down. Veteran leadership there by Grimes to just kind of stop play and go, hang on, let me go talk to my pitcher here. That brief conference is complete, and Worley's on his way back, and you'll notice none of the coaches came out. Nothing was said. Back-to-back balks send Jacob Williams from first to third after the infield single with 1 out, and the lead run is 90 feet from home plate. With the opportunity here. The pitch. Line toward first. Got him. Right at the first baseman, Gillespie, and he snares it for the second out of the inning. thing, because now an out ends the inning as Kyle Horton comes to the plate. Scoreboard still reads 1 out, but there should be 2 out here in the inning because the leadoff hitter grounded out to short. First pitch, low in the dirt and inside, and Worley does a great job to hang on and make sure it doesn't go to the backstop and allow the run to score. Count is 1-0. My notes say Howard grounded out to short, and then we had the infield single for Williams, and then the back-to-back balks put him at third, and then the snare there by Gillespie at first. 1-0 with 2 down, and the pitch outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Right now, Balducci just needs to worry about getting the guy out at the plate. That's his job. Balls and no strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. The 2-0 pitch. Right over the inside corner. Beautifully pitched by Balducci. 2-1, and now they put that second out up on the scoreboard. It is 2 out. 2-1 the count. Runner at third. It would be the go-ahead run for the Bulldogs. Wind picks up. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Slammed down the left field line. Hooking, foul. It's the base of the fence about 10 feet short of what would have been fair territory. 324 feet down the left field line here at Hanover Hawk Stadium. 2-2 the count with 2 out. Balducci trying to strand a Bulldog at third and preserve the tie. The 2-2 in the dirt, and we go full at 3-2 to Kyle Horton. Quade Tomlin is on deck should the inning continue. High drama here in Class 4A. Hanover and Liberty Christian tied at 3, but the Bulldogs 90 feet from taking away the lead. 3-2 with 2 out. Balducci ready and fires. Outside for ball 4. The ball gets behind Worley, and here comes the lead run. 3 as Jacob Williams comes in off the passed ball. A ball 4 passed ball. Will give the Bulldogs the 4-3 lead. Horton now at first, and Tomlin to the plate with 2 out. Pitch, runner going. Throw down towards second, not in time. And Horton will go to second base and get himself in scoring position. Looking for an insurance run. The count is 0-1. And the runner is at second. Ready to pitch to Tomlin. The pitch hit him. Nothing, it never broke. And now we've got runners at first and second with 2 out and a 4-3 lead for the Bulldogs. And this, just wondering if this is where you have to kind of, you're forced to make a pitching change, even if you don't want to. Or if you believe Balducci, from a confidence standpoint, can overcome this and get that third out and get out of here with just the 1 run. That's what they're going to hope for, because Balducci's got the ball. With runners at first and second, Austin at the plate with 2 out and 1 in. That's when it looked like the Hawks were going to get out of this unscathed. 4-3 the score. Pitch outside, ball 1. I'm not a coach, I'm just a commentator and a play-by-play announcer, but I think the particular point, if I'm in Tyler Kane, the assistant coach, is coming out to talk to Balducci right now, I want him 100% laser focused on the hitter. Now, I understand that the 2 runners on base would love to double steal, but I got to count on my catcher to understand that situation. I want my pitcher laser focused on getting the third out of the inning at the plate so that the two runners aboard cause no damage. But if you're scared to death of the double steal and you take so much attention away, then not so sure you're going to be as laser focused as you need to be making the pitches, and you either walk the batter or worse, hang a curve or put one right over the heart of the plate that he likes, and then the next thing you know, it's 6-3 or even 7-3. So conversation with Coach Kane is completed. He'll make the call to Worley. Worley will give it to Antonio at the mound, and we'll get set for the 1-0 pitch with 2 on, first and second, and 2 out. 4-3 Bulldog lead here in the 6th, and they want more. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. That's exactly what Antonio needed, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hanover with 2 more trips to the plate. Down 1, of course. They get last hit here at home. Top 6, 4-3 Liberty Christian. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2, and Austin was going for the fences that time. And now Balducci ahead in the count at 1-2, trying to get out of the inning with just the 1 run. And then ask his offense to come get it back. The 1-2. Side, and it's 2-2. Maybe wanted Austin to chase or try to nibble the outside corner and got neither. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count as the sun has officially hit the horizon. And the lights are on this beautiful Thursday evening in Hanover Courthouse, Virginia. 2-2 pitch coming. And he looks back towards second and goes off the rubber. Dragon playing a little bit at short towards second base with the runner there. Leaving a pretty nice hole for Austin. Grimes playing well off the bag and the line at third. Gillespie well behind first base. 2-2 pitch. Outside and high, and we go full at 3-2. Bulldog bench up and at it. Very chatty, very talkative. Tense on the Hanover bench. And we get set for the 3-2 with runners going with 2 out from first and second. Pitch, popped him up. Gillespie calls for it at first and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Austin is retired. They're going to leave 2, but they're going to score 1. 5.5 in the books tonight on the game of the week, and our score stands Liberty Christian 4 and number 4 Hanover 3. Back in 60 seconds live on the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network.
Your home should be a unique reflection of your lifestyle. RCI Builder's customer-oriented building process offers a wide variety of options for customization while remaining affordable. First-time homeowners starting out, retirees interested in age-restricted communities, and even those interested in a one-of-a-kind custom home all trust RCI Builders to make their dream home a reality. Contact RCI to learn how you can save up to $30,000 on move-in ready homes in our most sought-after communities. Call 249-2818.
Where do more Richmonders get their high school sports news on Twitter? Who provides up to 75 live high school sports broadcasts all year long? Only the RVA Sports Network. On Twitter at the RVA Sportsnet. Follow local teams on Hanover Sports, Henrico Sports, and Chesterfield Sports. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear 9 different sports broadcast live all year long. It's only found on the RVA Sports Network. Online 24/7 at rvasportsnetwork.com.
And we have a new pitcher for the Bulldogs of Liberty Christian. Pierce Howard will make the change defensively from center field. And he will come in to work the 6th inning. And if my old eyes can help me out here, Kyle Horton will move from left to center. And that means we have a new left fielder. And as soon as he turns around and shows me his number, I'll be more than happy to tell you who it is. Josh Plummer will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for number 4 Hanover, now finding themselves down by 1 at 4-3. Howard delivers low for ball one. So 5 innings of work for Grant Johnson tonight. Howard on in relief, the 1-0. Check swing, called strike one. Howard ready, kicks and fires. Outside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Scheduled to bat in this half inning, Plummer, Parker Chenault, Will Lopez. Pitch. Misses low, 3 balls and 1 strike to Josh Plummer. Parker Chenault waiting on deck. Leadoff hitter, bottom 6, Bulldogs 4, Hawks 3 on the game of the week. 3-1 delivery. Slammed down the third base line and caught. Hunter Johnson snags it. Puts the glove high in the air, and Plummer, who got a great line drive, is retired for the first out of the inning. We've seen some nice defensive plays tonight at third base and center field. There's another one right there that robs Plummer of extra bases. First pitch to Parker Chenault is inside for ball one. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, and the Hawks trailing at home by 1. Next pitch, foul back here toward us in the softball field, and the count's even at 1-1. Now, Hanover's lone loss last year came at a spring break tournament in South Carolina. The last time, here's the 1-1, check swing outside corner, good in there for strike 2. Chenault down 1-2. The last time Hanover lost in the Commonwealth of Virginia was yesterday with Hickory. Prior to this season, it was 2015. Next pitch, called strike 3 on the corner. Oh, in the 6th inning, you can't have your bat on the shoulders. And that'll bring up Will Lopez with 2 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th, and the Hawks down by 1. What I'm trying to figure out is the last time, first pitch in there in the inside corner for strike 1, the last time Hanover lost at home. It's been a couple of years, if not longer. The 0-1 pitch. At the knees for strike 2. And Pierce Howard is doing a fantastic job in relief here, with a little help from his defensive friend at third base, Hunter Johnson, snagging the Plummer line drive to start the inning. The 0-2. Swing, 1 hopper to short, can't handle it, just away from the glove, and a base hit for Will Lopez to center field. A 2-out single, and the inning is still alive, and Nick Zona to the plate. Lopez at first. He's the tying run with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Howard delivers right down the pike for strike 1. Lopez can get on the board and get in the base paths and keep this inning alive. Inside 1-1. Check that if Zona can do it. Lopez is at first. My apologies. Then Hanover is at least guaranteed 1, 2, 3 hitters. Get that top of the order ready for the 7th inning. 1-1 pitch. Misses low and outside, 2-1. Nick Zona, the second baseman. Ahead in the count, 2-1. Lopez takes the lead off first with 2 out in a 1-run game. Hawks down by the run, 4-3. Pitch. Runner going, grounder to second. Throws it to first for the easy 3rd out. And we'll go to the 7th. Liberty Christian 4, Hanover 3. Here live on the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network. Take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. 7th inning is next. Here live on RVA SN. Let's go to the 7th fan. Schropp with them along with you live here on the RVA Sports Network High School Baseball Game of the Week. 4-3, Liberty Christian leads number 4, Hanover. First pitch from the new pitcher for Hanover, Cam Grimes, over from third base is a ball one outside to the new left fielder and the number 9 hitter for Liberty Christian, Emmanuel Johnson. 1-0 the count. Grimes in relief. Pitch misses low, and it's 2-0. It'll be Johnson, and then the top of the order, Noah Cook and Wesley Clark scheduled here in the 7th for the Bulldogs as they look for some insurance runs, holding the scant 1-run lead. The 2-0. Outside corner for strike 1 on Emmanuel Johnson. So Balducci gets 6 innings, but the big blemish on the record, those 2 balks that got the lead run in scoring position at third. 2-1 pitch, check swing. It's in there for strike 2, and we're even at 2-2. And then, of course, Williams, after the 2 balks, got him to third, scored on the pass ball, on the ball, 4 on the walk. And that's the difference right now. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Johnson is retired. 1 out here in top of the 7th for the top of the order and Noah Cook. Should be 9-1-2 hitters for Hanover in the 7th inning. So if they can get something going, they can get to that heart of the order one last time. First pitch is popped up high into shallow left field. It stays in the infield, and the catch is made by the new third baseman in for Grimes. And quickly there are 2 out here in the 7th inning for Wesley Clark. Two out, nobody on. Grimes trying to make quick work here in the 7th so the Hawks can try to get a walk-off win, down by 1. First pitch inside and tight for ball 1 to Wesley Clark with an E. Clark with an E. 1-0, 2 out, nobody on. Pitch. Line down the right field line. Plummer racing, can't get to it. Hits the base of the wall. Slips as he throws it in. Cutoff man gets it, but not before it's a stand-up double for Wesley Clark to the right field corner. A 2-out double will bring up now the pitcher, who is Pierce Howard. Howard committed the first out of that 6th inning that looked promising at the start and then kind of fell apart, and that 1 run came in, and that's the difference right now, 4-3. Bulldogs with the lead, and now they have a runner in scoring position with 2 down here in the 7th. Grimes in relief, trying to get out of this jam. Keep it at 1. First pitch low, in the dirt for ball 1. Coverage of this game and all the action this week coming up in the next edition of the Herald Progress. The new Herald Progress hit stands today with coverage of Lee Davis baseball at Deep Run Spring Break Tournament, Randolph-Macon softball, and much more. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's 2-0 to Howard, with Clark at second after the 2-out double down the right field line. Bulldogs up 4-3, looking for more here in the top of inning 7. Coach Kane asks for time, and they've decided to walk Howard intentionally. So Howard will go to first. That sets up the force play at any bag. And also we'll bring up Williams, who had the infield single to shortstop that started the 6th inning rally, and he got balked over to second, then over to third, and then scored on the last ball back to the screen. Clark at second, Howard at first, Williams at the plate, the lead at 1. The Bulldogs want more. First pitch. Inside corner for strike one. Cam Grimes gets ahead in the count 0-1. Again, if you weren't with us at the outset of the broadcast tonight, Liberty Christian 8-1 on the season. Hanover is 7-2. Coming off a loss to Hickory on the road yesterday, 9-2. 0-1 pitch. At the knees, strike two called. At 0-2. Any way to get this third out and keep the game at just one run and then hand it to the bats. Tell the gentleman, okay, get on board. Let's get it going. In the bottom of the seventh. Wind picks up left to right. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, next scheduled game of the week, Tuesday, May 2nd, Cosby at James River at 6 Eastern time on our YouTube channel. We'll be adding more games throughout the rest of the regular season. Our websites on the right-hand side of the page, including HanoverCountySports.net and RVASportsNetwork.com. RVA Sports Network, your exclusive home for live high school sports all year long. The 1-2. Got him! On the corner. Grimes with a huge strikeout to strand 2 and keep at 1. We go bottom 7. Is there another comeback in Hanover? It's 4-3. Back after this on the game of the week on the RVA Sports Network. Scheduled to hit in the bottom of the 7th inning, Jack Chenault, top of the order, Cam Grimes. And then the third position, which was occupied by Kaler, will likely be Gillespie. As we start the bottom of the 7th, delivers the first pitch, Tapper, foul. Catcher was hoping it would stay in fair territory. He could grab it and fire it to first. Frankly, he should be happy that it went foul because he would not have had a play. Chenault flew down the first base line. The count is 0-1. For Hanover 3. Hawks in the bottom of the 7th need 1 for free baseball and 2 to send the home fans happy back to their respective residences this evening. Chatter now from the Hawks dugout. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. Second inning of relief for Pierce Howard for Liberty Christian. And he kicks and fires. Inside corner at the letters for strike 2. 1-2 the count, and that raises the chatter level in the Bulldogs dugout down the first base line. 1-2 pitch. Tapper, foul, yes, down the right field line. It was an excuse me check swing, and doggone if it almost didn't fall in for a bloop single, but it was a few feet on the foul side, and Chenault will stay alive at 1-2. Grimes on deck, and then right now we think Gillespie is the scheduled third hitter. 9-1-2 in the lineup. 7th. The 1-2 pitch. This is just low and inside, and we're even at 2-2. Jack Chenault takes a big breath and then steps back into the batter's box. He knows how important this is. 2 pitch. Tapper down the third base line. It stays fair. Johnson has it. Fires to first. Wide. Jack Chenault turns quickly. Heads towards second. And he's in. And he's in. It's a throwing error and an extra base to Jack Chenault. And the tying run is at second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the top of the order and Cam Grimes. Hunter Johnson's made a couple of great plays for Liberty Christian at third base tonight. Called him in that situation. And I'm sure he didn't realize just how speedy the number 9 hitter in the order could be. But, of course, Jack in the fall is a wide receiver for Hanover football and can run a pretty mean pass pattern and has some pretty good speed. And he would have been better served just to eat it and let him have the infield hit. It would have been runner at first and nobody out, but he threw it wide, and the error puts Jack at second. And now a base hit could tie this game. Bulldogs 4, Hawks 3, nobody out. Bottom 7, Jack Chenault at second. And now the second pitcher of the night, Cam Grimes, steps in at the plate, the top of the order for Hanover. The pitch, low and outside. (4-3) in this 7th inning. Another great one between these two teams. The count, 1 ball and no strikes on the leadoff hitter Grimes, hitting second in the order in this 7th inning. Chenault takes the lead off second. That pitch is on the inside corner at the knees, for strike 1. And we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks back at second. Howard delivers, showing a bunt. Goes down nicely. The throw to first is in time to get Grimes for the first out of the inning, but Chenault advances 90 feet to third base. One out in the 7th, tying run at third. And Coach Randy Tomlin of Liberty Christian wants to talk about it. So the tying run at third with 1 out here for Hanover in the 7th. As we invite our fans on Twitter to tune in for what Hanover fans hope will be a very exciting conclusion. And at worst, tie it and give us free baseball. And it looks like Liberty Christian's going to make a pitching change. Howard's relief stint is complete. And Kyle Horton will move in for Liberty Christian, becoming their 3rd pitcher tonight. So Horton comes in from the outfield. Howard will go back to his original position of center field, and that should be the only switch. It should be a direct switch to pitch. Howard out to replace him in center. Emmanuel Johnson had already taken over in left field after the initial pitching change sent Howard from center to the mound. So that's our situation right now, with 1 out and the tying run at third base in a 4-3 game. Again, fans, a recap of this game and all the latest sports news and a look ahead to what's happening this weekend on tomorrow morning's AM RVA, the morning mini podcast of the RVA Sports Network, available at 6 a.m. every weekday morning. Listen to it on your way to work or school. Get all you need to know to start your day. High school sports, the latest weather, the latest sports headlines from around the world overnight, only on AM RVA, from the RVA Sports Network. It's at rvasportsnetwork.com every morning at 6 a.m. and also Twitter network and our Facebook pages. First pitch is a check swing foul for strike one. Blake Doggett is the hitter. He'll take a ball high for a 1-1 count. So Sisson finished the at-bat when Kaler was hurt and had to come out. Over at first, Doggett in to hit. Next pitch paints the outside corner beautifully for strike two. Doggett is behind in the count. Michael Worley is on deck. Only a double play could wrap this up without him coming to the plate. The 1-2 down the third baseline, foul. The feet to the left of the line, and the count stays at 1-2. Horton is ready, fires. Swing and a miss. Doggett is retired, and there are two out here in the seventh inning. Christian is 1 out away from coming to Richmond and avenging that 4A state championship defeat last June. It'll be up to Michael Worley to keep hope alive. First pitch high for ball one. If Worley can get on base, say via a walk, Jack Dragham's on deck. The 1-0. Low, ball two. It was across the plate but below the knees, and Worley ahead in the count, 2-0. You can bet he'll be patient right now and look for his pitch or nothing at all. The 2-0. Outside, 3-0 to Michael Worley. To see what Liberty Christian does if it becomes runners at the corners and drag them. I don't think they would walk drag them to get the plumber, but you never know. The 3-0. Got it at the knees for strike one. Took a second for the ump to make that call, but at the knees, 3-1, the count. Taking no time either. He's ready. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball on the corner for strike two. And Hanover's down to their final strike. It's a 3-2, 2 out, tying run at third. The pitch. Slam toward second and into center field for a base hit. Worley brings home Chenault, and the game is tied at 4. And Josh Plummer with a chance to keep it alive. The winning run is at first. It's going to be Jack Dragham, of course, the cleanup hitter, as we'll get a courtesy runner. Jack Mardigan is coming in, and he'll run at first base, and he represents run. Jack Dragham to the plate, and at worst, we're going extra innings. Horton is ready. The first pitch. Tapper towards second. Handled there. Throw it to first, and let's go to the 8th. Well, the Hawks at least tie it up, and we will go extras. Here on the Game of the Week, your score after 7 complete innings on this beautiful Thursday night. Hanover 4, Liberty Christian 4. And we're back in just a moment, live here on the RVA Sports Network. What a game, and did you expect anything less? I mean, really. Thing less from these two teams. 8th inning, next on the RVA Sports Network.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Hi, this is Marnie Criscari, branch manager at EVB in Ashland. Please stop by and ask me about our Kasasa accounts or visit us at bankevb.com. Member FDIC.
Don't miss the $1 million markdown event now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Sheehy is giving away $1 million in discounts. Sheehy Ford of Ashland, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Mid-Atlantic, with thousands of new Fords available, plus thousands of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Start your search anytime online at SheehyFordAshland.com. Don't miss the $1 million markdown event going on right now at Sheehy Ford of Ashland, Route 1, just south of Ashland, and online at SheehyFordAshland.com.
Well, how about another inning? How about the 8th? Would that be okay with you guys? I figured it would be. I thought if I twisted your arm hard enough, you'd say, yeah, Rob, let's have some more baseball. And that's exactly what we've got here live on the Game of the Week. Rob Witham along with you. Thanks for being with us. Leonard Johnson to lead things off here in the 8th inning for Liberty Christian. Johnson, Horton, Tomlin due up in a 4-4 tie. First pitch from Grimes is low for ball 1. The Bulldogs were 1 strike away from the win, and Worley on a 3-2 is able to poke it into center field. Next pitch from Grimes is high, and it's 2-0. Diving second baseman, and Jack Chenault strolls in with the tying run. 4-4 here in the 8th, and the 2-0 pitch now to Johnson. At the letters for strike 1. Hunter Johnson thought about it, then held back the swing, and the count is 2-1 after the called first strike. Grimes is ready. Next pitch, lined foul back toward the Hanover dugout, and we're even at 2-2. Again scheduled in this half inning, Johnson, Horton, who's now the pitcher, and Tomlin. For the Bulldogs of Liberty Christian Academy. Tonight, the 2-2. Popped up foul, out of play, and it'll hit the bleachers twice and a third time, and the ball will settle right. We are in the football. If you've never been to Hanover High School, the football press box is the perfect place to be because you can look forward and watch football, soccer, or lacrosse, and then you turn behind and you watch baseball and softball. Baseball to your left and softball to your right. It's a great place to be a media guy, to cover 2 or 3 games in one night, which happens a lot in spring sports. 2-2, pulled the string, got him. Cam Grimes with a beautiful breaking ball for strike 3 on the outside corner. Johnson's retired, and there's one away here in the top of the 8th inning. And all Hunter Johnson could do was just take the bat, turn around, and walk back to the dugout. Here's Kyle Horton, now the pitcher, was the center fielder. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th, 4-4 tie. First pitch, low. It went across, but low for ball 1. Wind is picking up now on a more regular basis here at Hanover Hawk Stadium. And all night long, it's been consistently blowing from left field to right field. The 1-0 pitch. That one's at the letters for strike 1 to Horton. Tomlin scheduled to be on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th, 4-4 tie, and the count 1-1. Grimes' uniform number, and he gets set and delivers. Ripped down the first base line, got there. Fight to the bag, got him! Dog it into play first base. Shays off his glove, and he snares it and then runs toward first and slides in as well. Both players slid, and Doggett got there before Horton did. It's going to go in to the record book as a ground out to first, but it was so much more than that. By Doggett. 2 down for Tomlin, and nobody on for the Bulldogs. First pitch. Strike 1. Right across at the knees, and the count's 0-1. Grimes trying to get a 1-2-3 inning and then turn things over to part of the heart of the Hanover order to wrap it up in 8 from him. Tried a breaking pitch, and it stayed high, and it's now 1-1. Hanover back in action on Tuesday night. I believe Verina is their first post-spring break opponent. Davis on the horizon a week from tomorrow. It's called strike 2, and Tomlin not happy with that call. Has to calm himself down, step out of the box briefly, and step back in. Now behind the count, 1-2. Grimes is ready. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. 3 up and 3 down for the Hawks. And it'll be 5, 6, 7 in the order. Bottom of the 8th inning. Scheduled to hit are Plummer and Will Lopez. 3 up, 3 down. And some nice work defensively by Doggett and on the mound by Grimes. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th here on the game of the week, shall we? Don't forget, our next scheduled game of the week is Tuesday, May 2nd. And I believe it's the 4th consecutive year we have broadcast Cosby and James River, one of the great rivalries south of the river. Hard to believe the rivalry's only been around a little over a decade because Cosby opened in 2006. But, man, have they played some classics. And we'll be there on May 2nd, a Tuesday night at 6 Eastern, here live on the RVA Sports Network on our YouTube channel. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, while you're here with us tonight, go to youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. At the top of the page, click the subscribe button. We don't spam you. We don't send you stupid emails. The only time you get notifications from us is when either A, we go live with the game of the week, or B, we post a new video on our YouTube channel. That's it. No spam. YouTube.com/RVA Sports Network. First pitch to Plummer, way high. And Clark has to quickly stand up and grab that one from Horton for ball 1. You know, Josh has got the power. He could end this night with one swing of the bat. He tried that time, swing a big one at that and a miss, and we're even at 1-1. Sure, he looked back at the dugout. One of the coaches looked at him and said, line drive, Josh, line drive. Remember the last one he hit, snared by Johnson at third. Next pitch, paints the outside corner, and Horton now quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In this bottom of the 8th, Plummer, 4-4 tie. 1-2 pitch. Hit him. The breaking pitch didn't break. Josh knew it was coming and wore it. He goes to first. He's the winning run, and Parker Chenault scheduled to bat now for Hanover. Coach Dragon will stop him before he goes to give him a little bit of instruction. Now, if Parker is adept at bunting, I would think small ball is a definitive option here. Plummer has wheels. So what do they have up their sleeve? Will they try the sack bunt and get him in scoring position? Will they try the stolen base? Parker already showing bunt. A ball 1. And Randy Tomlin, the head coach at Liberty Christian, coming out asking for time. He wants to come talk to his young pitcher, Mr. Horton. And we may have a pitching change coming, as I believe the right fielder is going to come in and take over on the mound. Bulldogs, and that's exactly what's going to happen. That last pitch that got away from Horton for the hit by pitch was all Coach Tomlin wanted to see. Pitcher. So new pitcher, and as soon as we can see the number, fans, we'll let you know who it is. Can't tell if that's 12 or 22. If it's 12, it's Gordon coming in. So Gordon, the left-hander, will check in and become the fourth Bulldog pitcher of the night. He'll get a couple of more cracks, and Parker Chenault will be the next hitter. Plummer at first, representing the winning run after getting hit by the pitch, which ended the stint of Horton. And Gordon, the lefty, will come from right field to take over on the hill. This is also a nice little chess move of sorts from Coach Tomlin, in the sense that any momentum you get from your leadoff hitter wearing the ball and getting a free bag is squelched a bit while you have to wait for the warm-up pitches to be done, and they are now completed. Final bit of instruction to Parker Chenault. The count's going to be 1-0. As Coach Tomlin just did not like the pitch he saw on the first pitch to Chenault after Plummer. And that 1-0 pitch was his final pitch. And now it's up to the lefty Gordon to work to Parker Chenault. And we'll see if the bunt is still on. 1-0 the count. It's still on. Pitch in there for strike one. Throw to first. Dropped. Oh, my goodness. Williams dropped it. Had Williams been in position and hung on to that ball, Plummer would have been a dead duck. He was still just trying to start his slide, but Williams was about 4 feet off the bag and couldn't snag it. Kept it in front of him, though. Plummer still at first. The count should be 1-1. Pitch, bunt. Down the third base line, foul. And now with 2 strikes, the bunt option is probably taken away. And what the Hawks don't want to have happen is a double play here to wipe out the runner and make it 2 out and nobody on. Quietly waits in the on-deck circle to see what unfolds and what opportunity he may have here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Chenault is out. 1 away here in the 8th inning. One out. Plummer still at first. Will Lopez, the center fielder. Now, he's speedy. If he could lay down a bunt third base line, if he could get himself on, they're going to throw back to first, and Plummer is back safely. Williams covering it at first for the Bulldogs. Does Lopez bunt? Does he have the green light? What do we do here? Does Plummer try to steal second? Clark's got a heck of an arm. He's almost going. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. He feigned it for a moment. And then Plummer hightails it back to first, and Lopez swings and misses. 0-1 is the count. Execution. I can hear Coach Dragum right now. Execution, gentlemen. This is when we need it. Going to go back to first. Plummer back safely. Out 0-1. See if they try to employ the hit and run. Four. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th, and the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. And Gordon's doing a pretty good job here in relief. Really not giving Hanover many opportunities after that hit by pitch to Plummer. And to shut it down and take us to a 9th inning. 0-2 pitch. Plummer's going. And it's a base hit. Lopez puts it into right center field. Plummer will hold it third. He'll slip and fall. Now they'll throw towards third, and they've got him in a rundown. He was going to go home. He missed the sign. First it was out, then it was safe, and now he's out. Oh, my goodness. We just talked about communication. And Coach Dragum was saying, go home, go home, go home. And then when Plummer hit third, he said, stop. Josh couldn't stop. He slipped and fell. And by the time he was tracking toward third, the ball was headed to third. He had no choice but to try to head for home. He gets caught in the rundown. In all of that, Lopez will get to second base. And with 2 out, it's up to Nick Zona. They look back at Lopez at second. The first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So if Zona could get the base hit, Lopez, I'm sure, will get the green light. Low and outside. Nice job by Clark to block the ball and keep it in front of him. 1-1. Josh simply couldn't put the brakes on in time. Coach's go signal should have become stopped about 2 seconds earlier, and Plummer would be at third right now. 1-1 pitch, and Gordon steps off the rubber instead. Nobody covering second, but Lopez goes back. A hit could win the game if Lopez could make it from second base, and he's got wheels. Are they going to walk Zona? Did we just get the signal from, or not? One of the coaches from Liberty Christian came out and gave a signal. And fans, here's another problem with that. We in the media have never been told what that signal is. So if we see a coach do it, we don't really know what it is. We've got to find that out for ourselves. That was part of the new rule that was just never explained. Next pitch goes back behind Clark, all the way to the backstop, and Lopez speeds to third. And now the count is 2-1. And the winning run is 90 feet away. Now, if you're Liberty Christian, do you go ahead and just put Zona aboard and go for the number 9 hitter, and you have a situation where the runner at first doesn't matter, but you could get a force out and end the inning? Gordon ready, the 2-1. Shows a bunt, pops it up, and it goes just out of play. Barely clearing the fence to the stands right behind home plate. 2 on Nick Zona with Will Lopez, the winning run from home plate in a 4-4 tie. Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 out here in the 8th. The pitch. Lined over second base, its head, and into center for the winning run. Home is Lopez. The celebration is on. The walk-off hit from Nick Zona. And a dog pile. Why not? In a rematch of a state championship, when you never led the entire night until the final swing of the night, you can celebrate. Final score in 8 innings. Number 4, Hanover 5, Christian 4. Are you kidding me? Nick Zona gets just enough of it to get it over the second baseman's head, and when it dropped into right center field, Will Lopez was already 70 feet down the base path. And the final tonight is Hanover 5, Liberty Christian 4. The only time tonight that Hanover led was on the swing of the bat of Nick Zona. Wow, what a night. Congratulations to Nick Zona and congratulations to the Hanover Hawks. They go to 8-2. Liberty Christian falls to 8-2. The final score again to 4 as both teams now meet at home plate. They're going to have a moment of prayer before all is said and done, and that's a great way to end up the night, gentlemen. I want to get a quick picture of this. Good job by both the Hawks and the Bulldogs. What a great game. 3-0 in the third. Hawks answer with 3 of their own. Liberty Christian gets one. Hawks are able to get one in the bottom of the 7th to extend the game. And then when it looked like the winning run was going to be cut down on that rundown with Plummer, they get a second chance, and Nick Zona, the hero of the night. Final score, 5-4 over in a great battle here tonight on the Game of the Week. Thanks so much for being with us, fans. Game of the Week is an exclusive presentation of the RVA Sports Network and solely intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use without the express written consent of HCS Media, LLC, is strictly prohibited. Next scheduled Game of the Week, Tuesday night, May 2nd at 6 p.m. Cosby at number 9, James River. 6 o'clock start on our YouTube channel, but we'll be adding more live high school broadcasts in the next few weeks. So make sure you're always updated on the broadcast schedule at all 4 of our websites, including RVASportsNetwork.com. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on AM RVA, the exclusive morning mini podcast of the RVA Sports Network, where we'll have highlights and a review of this game and all the latest sports news tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Until then, have a great night, everybody.